right, what is going on, guys? And in today's video, I have a very special guest, one of my clients who's made amazing transformation, Mr. Joe. So Joe here has made an incredible transformation in just a short amount of time. So I wanted to kind of bring him on here and get his overall opinion on not only the transformation that is absolutely incredible, but also, just the program in general. So Joe, kind of tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Joe. I'm 36 years old. I work in sales. So most of what I do is traveling, in a car from an office to a home and then back to an office where, I'll spend hours kind of sitting behind a computer. I have two kids, married, great family life. So very, very appreciative of everything that I have there.
Amazing, man, amazing. So like kind of give me a rundown of like where you were at before you got into our program.
Yeah, so before I got into the program, originally I started my weight loss journey at I was about 225 pounds, and I didn't really feel good about, anything. Didn't look good without my shirt off, didn't feel good about what I was eating, just kind of felt like blah all the time. So I kind of took it upon myself at that point to try and figure out how to get my weight back down because I obviously I feel much better the lighter that I am than carrying the excess weight around. And I tried everything. I tried keto. I had tried doing a little bit of carnivore. I had done calorie deficits. I tried everything and I kind of just plateaued out. I was able to get myself down to about, like 193 pounds or so. And then as soon as, I kind of stopped, really trying to hyper focus in on what I was doing, the weight just came right back. I'd shot back up to 200 pounds like it was nothing. So trying to keep everything off was always a struggle. Um, but then, I actually had come across a video that you had on Instagram, and I liked that you sent me a message kind of asking me about, what I was looking for. I kind of told you what I was looking for, and from then on, it was just off to the races after that.
Mm-hmm. hmm Yeah, man, and like I told you, like you took the program and just like ran with it. Like, if anybody out there is like Joe, like please like let me know because Joe is what we call like a grade A client. He comes in, he tells us exactly what he wants. He gets into the program and learns all the material super quickly and just never and takes off. And we like every week just looks better and better and better and better. And that's like I do appreciate all the work that you've put in. It's amazing. You earned this transformation as well. But what do you feel like that you're doing differently in the program that hasn't been working with you in the past?
Honestly, I think it just comes down to the eating portion. That was probably the biggest thing. I didn't really have the knowledge as to or thinking about how many fats you should have in a day or how many carbs or how many grams of protein you should have. And with this, you've made it super simple, just laying it out. This is what you need to hit per day for for your carbs, for your protein, for your fats. And I think really the fat end of it is
Mm.
probably the biggest thing. Cause I mean, I told you, I told you the story of when I went out to eat with a client and I ordered a salad. And when I put it in, it told me it was 60 grams of fat. And it was a salad from a restaurant, but you don't think about those
Yeah.
types of things.
Mm.
And that's probably been the biggest thing is just managing the fat end of it because you don't think about it with everything that you eat. You have a couple potato chips, you don't realize how much it actually has in it.
Mm.
You just don't think about those types of things. So it's made me a little bit more conscientious as to what I am eating as far as that goes,
Mm.
and kind of helping me track a little bit more. Even when I go out to eat with friends, they kind of, they rag on me.
Mm.
I went out for wings last week with friends, and they were like, "All right, so what are you going to get?" I said, "There's a rice bowl on here." I said, "I'll probably get that." And
Mm.
they were ragging on me. "Why don't you get wings?" I'm like, "Listen, there's just too much going on in the wings. I can't do
I love that. I love that. I
it."
love that. So do you feel like the program itself, the way it's structured, you were able to like learn a lot about nutrition as well along the process?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all the modules that you have in there. I mean, there's a ton of information in all the modules. When I first started going through it, I'm like, oh wow, wow, okay, never really thought about this either. Okay, that's good to know. There's just a lot of
Mm.
useful and helpful information that,
Mm.
if you take the time and you sit down and you just put, you know, an hour or something away just to kind of go through and look at it, you may learn something very quickly, or you may find something that, you didn't know about, and it's laid out right there for you.
Mm-hmm. So like how is the structure too with like one like you obviously you have a pretty sedentary job itself.
Hmm.
And we come across a lot of guys in the community that do have like more sedentary jobs like in the sales
Hmm.
force, mortgage, real estate, all that good stuff. So how is all of that managing with the overall time allocated within our program, but also managing job, home, kids, wife, etc.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty much, I start my day that, I'll help get my kids up in the morning. So immediately I'm out of bed, I'm walking all around the house, however many times it takes, back and forth, in and out of rooms, kitchen, bedroom, however. So starting to get my steps in early, that's always very helpful because if I don't know where I'm going to be, sometimes I could be traveling in the car for 45 minutes to an hour. So if you think about that one way and going both ways, I lost 2 hours out of the day or
Mm-hmm.
an hour and a half out of the day where I'm not going to be moving. I'm just sitting at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, I try to make sure that at least every hour, at the very least, I'm dedicating at least 15 minutes to moving. Even if I have to make a phone call with a client, I'll get up from my desk. I'll just walk around my desk. Or if I'm working from home from that day for any reason, if my kids are sick or something like that, I'll walk around the house or I'll walk around a room as I'm making the phone call. So constantly making sure that I'm allocating some time to be moving myself
Mm-hmm.
around. Because that was something also that I never thought about was, how much time I'm actually spending off my feet and sitting.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go back to allocating that with the food that you're eating and you're not moving, it's not really beneficial to you as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, getting back to the family portion of it, at just trying to figure out even getting a workout in early. So then at the end of the day, then there's more family time. It's helped as far as time management goes. I've never really been too bad with my time management, but learning in the program, get the workout in, get the steps in,
Mm-hmm.
get the actual job in, family time. It's been something that I've been able to grow and learn with,
Right.
where I know that at the end of the day, I'm going to have, a good solid hour and a half or
Mm-hmm.
2 hours with my kids, which obviously, if you think about it, oh, well, it may not be that much time. But when you look, if you work, an 8 to 5 or an 8 to 6 job, at least an hour and a half or 2 hours being dedicated to your family is kind of what you're with at the end of the day.
Right. Right. And but you feel like the program definitely has made you one have structure around one. This
Yes.
is this is my health. This is my
Hmm.
wife. These are my kids. This is my
Hmm.
job. Right.
Yes. Yep.
So it's helped like have that structure with you as well. Is that something
Yes.
that like you kind of struggled with in the past? Like what you were doing? What kind of changed there?
So it kind of just really made me focus in a little bit more on it because I
Mhm.
had to dedicate the time to getting it done.
Right.
Where before, when I was 225 and I was just sitting around at a desk, it was, hey, and then just kind of like that was it, and not moving, not doing anything. Now because I know that I have to get this in, it's given me the structure that, all right, I know I have to get up, I
Mhm.
have to move, I have to go here, I have to go there. So that at that point I actually plan a little bit more of my
Mhm.
day and my time around what I need to do. So it's definitely helped give more structure on that end for sure.
Mhm. Mhm. Of course, of course. And like, a big thing that I hear, and I know a lot of people listen to this or like know me for this as well. But like, what did you feel like? Like, what do you think personally when once I started like raising your calories when you started to get in the program?
So it was kind of weird at first thinking about it because, if you don't have a lot of knowledge about it, you hear a lot of things where it's like, oh, you can't eat too many calories because it's not going to
Mhm.
be good if you have this many calories. But when I was doing, calorie deficit, and at the initial conversation when I talked with you, I was down to like 1,400 calories a day.
Mhm.
And for me, staying awake by 7 o'clock, I couldn't do it. I was exhausted by the end of the day. So
Mhm.
when you said, all right, we'll start out at like 2,000, and I started at 2,000, at the end of the day, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm like, wow, this is what you're supposed to feel like. So I'm like, this
Yeah.
is great. And then as we've gone on, and now I think I'm up to like 3,000 calories now
Yeah.
per day, and getting 3,000 calories in per day now is like nothing. And still, the shocking
Yeah.
part is where I'm at weight wise and physicality wise. Like it's the weirdest thing how you don't like everybody tells you don't eat too much, but realistically, if you're eating the right amount of stuff, go for it. Like that's really what it's about.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And like, yeah, that's funny too, because like you're literally quite literally up 1,500 calories per
Hmm.
day. and like you're shredded.
Yeah.
If I would have told you like when you get in the program, hey, like some days down the road you're gonna be up 1,500 calories, but you're gonna be arguably, would you probably say, best physique you've ever had?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been an athlete for my entire life, even when I ran track when I was in college. I mean, I was in good shape, but now I mean like I have six pack abs showing. I'm like, all right, this never happened really before. And I mean, I was eating a ton, working out I'd say at least 5 days a week when I was running. So, you're doing all that cardio plus all that, and I still didn't have what I have now. So it's crazy to see what I have going on right now.
Has anybody noticed like how lean you've gotten?
Yeah, yeah. So actually, ironically enough, over Thanksgiving, my brother-in-law, he likes to joke, and he saw me about like a month ago in October for my nephew's birthday. He was like, "Oh, you look good. Like you're looking like bigger now." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "I'm doing a program and I'm working out." And he was like, "Well, you look good." I'm like, "Thanks." So when he came over for Thanksgiving, I showed him my last transformation photo. He's like, no, that's not you. I'm like, it is. Like this is me. This is me. This is it. Like this is not fake. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, this is what I look like now without a shirt on. It's the craziest thing.
I love that. I love that for you because like once you other people start seeing it too, that's when it starts getting even like more gratifying.
Hmm.
Because the
Yeah.
work you've put in, man, like you've put in an immense amount of work. Like I said,
Hmm.
like every single week you check in on time, you hit every macronutrient perfect, and like I knew for the moment you got in the program that you were gonna make amazing transformation just by your
Hmm.
overall personality and
Yeah.
overall willingness to like learn as quick as you did. And so like
Hmm.
just from the start, man, like it's been incredible to watch you one grow but like lean out but also grow as a person too like
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. And I mean, thank you for this because, it's again, I was stuck for a long time and
Mhm,
never getting anywhere with any program or anything that I was doing, anything that I was in, there was no real help. Like if I
mhm,
said I'm struggling with this, it would just be like, oh, well, maybe we need to try this instead rather than going, okay, well, let's take a step back and let's actually look overall and see what you're doing.
mhm,
And I think that's just been huge.
mhm. And you've been with other coaches in the past now.
Yes, yeah. So I've done a couple of different programs that I've come across on like Instagram and stuff like that that I've tried
Mhm,
and just kind of plateaued out and never went anywhere. And there was no real breakdown as to why you're going to eat
mhm,
this or why you should eat that. It was here's a meal plan. You're going to just eat 1,900 calories. Okay, well I've plateaued. All right, well cut out 500 calories, drop it down to 1,400 and then message me again.
mhm,
Okay, well, nothing's happening at 1,400 calories. Okay, then that was kind of just it. There was no real like, well, are you feeling tired? Are you still feeling
mhm,
hungry? What else can we possibly do for it? So you take a much more hands-on approach with that
mhm,
that says, okay, if we have you at 2,500 calories, how are you feeling? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling full? Are
mhm,
you feeling hungry? All those things that you need to know that you help adjust the things accordingly.
mhm,
Like I said, that's been really the biggest key in
mhm,
comparison to other programs that I've done in the past.
mhm. And like the way we set it up, do you feel like, honestly, like what you've learned so far, that you've learned a good perspective on not only like if you were in a plateau, you are like kind of plateaued out, but if you wanted to gain weight, if you wanted to lose weight, you have a pretty good understanding of the step-by-step process you need to do it too.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm definitely gaining more knowledge as far as that goes. Um, it was just something again that I never really thought about. So being in this program and having those modules to go through also is helpful
Mhm,
where if I do kind of get stuck or if I do have a question, I can go to the guys in the group or I
mhm,
can go through those modules even if I need a little bit of a refresher. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's
mhm,
that's right. When I first started, it was this that I need to
mhm.
do instead.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
And something
definitely
you
very helpful.
And something you mentioned as well, like how has the community been? Because we've built a pretty good community, and
Hmm.
this year especially, it's really blowing up, and there's a lot of really great guys in it. So
Hmm.
what's your overall opinion about the community?
Oh, I think that it's great. All the guys, if there's a question there, and I know the other day somebody posted, "I have a dumb question," but really there is no such thing as a dumb
Mhm.
question because if you don't know it, you don't know it. So it's really
Yeah.
what you may feel might be a dumb
Mhm.
question is not dumb to anybody else in the group, and they're more than willing to help and give suggestions about anything. I
Yeah.
mean, we've gone from food scales to weighing out protein powders to protein
Mm,
bars to protein drinks to
mm,
all the different things that you could possibly think of.
mm.
And you're always in it, but there's always, if you're not available, there's always somebody who is able to pop on and kind of help out with it. Tristan is definitely one of the biggest guys that is always on as well, helping out with it. So anything that he suggests or something like that, also I'll take that to heart, because when you see where he is from where he was, you're like, okay, if he says that, we're gonna follow with that.
Yeah, dude, I love it too. I love the community we're building because one, like, you can go pretty fast alone, but once you
Hmm.
do hit that plateau, that's when
Hmm.
you need, community, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
there's a saying that says you can go very fast by yourself, but if you want
Hmm.
to go far, you go,
Hmm.
with a group of people. And so the
Yeah.
community has
Yep.
not only been helped me out tremendously to be able to constantly give you guys opinions. Anybody gets stuck on something, they ask me a question, I'll just like, hey, let's ask the community real quick, and
Hmm.
you'll get like 10 different opinions and within like
Hmm.
5 minutes, and
Yep.
it's like, okay, like that's all I need to choose from. So
Yeah.
the
Yep.
community that we've built has been amazing to see, and especially you being as active as you are. I appreciate that as well because I mean, you say you looked up to Tristan, but a lot of guys look up to you, man. Like the transformation you've made and how lean you've gotten out, like you're like quite literally have six-pack abs now, and like a lot of people look up to you too. So like I do appreciate you being in the community as well.
Yeah, you're welcome. And
So
I've said it, and I'll probably continue to say, just thank you for what you've done, because it's been huge.
of course, beautiful, man. I love it too, and I appreciate you as well. Well, if there's anybody watching this right now in the shadows, kind of where you were, trying other different coaches or maybe trying XYZ diets, what would you tell some of those guys?
You know, if you're somebody who was like me and you were stuck, definitely, if you're watching this, definitely reach out to Adam. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's more than willing to help. It pretty much doesn't matter what time of the day it is. He's up super early in the morning, he's up super late at night. So, he's more than willing to help you. And this is definitely one of the first programs that I've ever had this much success in with doing, and I just couldn't be more excited about where I'm going to be going from here.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, if you are somebody who has been watching in the shadows and you are like struggling, completely understand. We've all been there. I've been there. Joe's been there. There's going to be a sign up time a link down below with an application that you can submit. And we'd love to see you. If we'll get on a call, see if you're a good fit to join me, Joe, the rest of the guys in the community. And if you are, then we'll write you a plan and get you integrated with the guys. It's beautiful, what we're building, and we'd love for you to be a part of it as well. But with that being said, man, like I said, I appreciate you once again for taking the time out of your day to have this call with me, but also give your opinion on the program as well. All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're very welcome.
we're not done yet, man. Don't you're not running from me just yet. It's
Yeah.
just getting good. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, let me know if you need anything. Okay, let's get back to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.